Hello, welcome to episode 4 of Habibi Talks. I'm your host Habibi, or just B for short. And this is a space where we keep our hands busy, our hearts open, and we let the conversation guide us. Today I'm joined by Erron. Erron, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So let's take a little bit and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I came from Detroit, Michigan. Born and raised Detroit Lions fan. Always go on pride, baby.
Yes, sir.
I we moved to Florida in 2016. My mom wanted to get a different environment because the environment we lived in Detroit wasn't exactly safe,
Yeah.
and it put her in a constant state of needing to protect us, and she didn't want to live like that. So we moved to Florida. We stayed with my aunt for a little while, and then we moved out. And at the time, I believe I was in fourth grade. So I've been here for the past 10 years.
hmm
It'll be 10 years on August 1st of this year.
How do you like being here compared to being in Detroit?
Some things Detroit has better. Some things Florida has better. I would say Florida has better tourist environment, but Detroit has better city environment. Like it may not be the safest place, but when you're in the city, it's safer now than it was before.
Okay, so at least they made it better.
Exactly. People aren't like out to get you or like gut you and steal your money or anything. As because a lot of people make it as the crime capital of the country. There is a lot of crime there. I won't tell you that, but it's not as bad as people make it seem.
I heard that New York is apparently also the crime
New
of the
York,
country, the crime capital of the country. How do you feel about that?
honestly, me personally, I've never been to New York, but I have friends that are from New York, and like they say, it's not as bad as they seem. It's just they take the most exaggerated cases and use that to paint a narrative.
hmm
So there is one funny thing I would tell you. I remember one day I was coming home from school,
Yeah.
and my neighbor had his front door stolen.
What?
What? What are you going to do
They
with
stole
the
the-
front door?
They stole the front door?
They stole his front door.
Why?
I I don't know.
He's like, I'm not even sure, to be honest with you.
What could you possibly do with the front door? And how did you carry it?
They were door dashing. You ever figured out what happened to it?
I honestly don't know. I didn't talk to my neighbor about it. I just knocked on his door and told him, "Hey, well, not I didn't knock on his door. Like there was a front door, then there was like a little metal screen. So I knocked on a metal screen. Like I was like, "Hey, man, your door is gone." I'm like little 7-year-old me, sir, your door is gone.
He's like, who's at the door?
What door? It's gone now.
Well, has anything bad happened to you and your family down in Detroit?
Not since I've been born. Before I was born, at certain different places, we got robbed or things like that. It's not like no one was shot or anything like that. But my mom has a lot of traumatic experiences,
Yeah.
which is why she moved us out of there. Which I am thankful for because I feel like if we would have stayed there at some point, that environment would have came to us, and I'm glad we were removed from it before it could do detrimental damage.
Coming to Florida and you're at Full Sail now. What's your goal at Full Sail?
My goal at Full Sail is to make music. I want to make music that people can relate to, music that touches them in their soul, and music that will help me change the world around me and express my emotions in a way that not only helps me, but glorifies the person who made me. I'm a Christian, so I always want to put God in everything I do.
Yes, sir. God bless.
God bless,
Absolutely.
always.
For the new listeners and for myself, take us on a journey from your origin. You said you really want to make music that people can connect with. What made you start there? What made you start with music?
Ever since I was young, my dad and my mom, they've both been very musically inclined, and it's just kind of who I am as a person. Not that piece did. And it always kind of brought a side out of me. Like when I was younger, we wanted to do a family band. That was kind of more like a little dream notion than anything actually
Yeah.
concrete. But I ended up having a drum set. My brother had a guitar. Both my sisters could sing, and my other brother, he just did what he did. I don't know. At some point, he played the harmonica. So, but it was just like that little bit of musical experience, that musical exploration. It ignited a passion in me that died down after we moved to Florida because my mom had to sell my drum set, so I couldn't explore anymore.
Mm.
But I started dabbling in music in school because they had me in music theory classes. I started learning to play the ukulele. And in high school, the first 2 years, I was more sporty. I was doing football. And then I had to change schools. The school didn't have football, they had track. While I still did track, they also had musical theater, jazz band, piano. And I was trying to do all of that. I was in drumline. Oh man, if you saw my drumline, playing the bass drum is so fun, but it is heavy. I remember after practices, I would have to lift it off my shoulders because it's literally a harness. You have
Wow.
to sit your back. You cannot bend your back because there's a heavy drum attached to your chest.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's a boom, boom.
Exactly.
Oh, God. Oh,
That was me.
okay.
That was
No.
me. And after that, because the music teacher we had for that school was the same everywhere. It was the same for musical theater, same for drumline, jazz band. He taught everything. So being in that environment with a person that I already knew my musical levels, it brought out everything he could bring out of me. He helped me to sing better, helped me to dance better, understand music better, just in general. I went from not knowing how to play the piano at all in August to playing without sheet music in December of the same year.
That's like 2 months, 2 to 3 months. You're a fast
Exactly.
learner.
Exactly. And it's not even just that, it's just that the way he compartmentalizes the information, it makes it so he can create a sustaining foundation of knowledge. He teaches you from the very base level. This is a C note. This is an E note. You know how we have the alphabet and the 26 letters? In music, it's only up to G. It's A through G, and then it repeats. That's what he started with. And he used that knowledge to build onto it and teach us everything we know now.
That's beautiful. You've touched on a couple of amazing things I really want to dive in. I realized that you said that growing up, basically music was around you. So you couldn't really escape it because wherever you went, there was always music.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's pretty cool. And then you also said that you're a fast learner. 2 months on the piano was just like nothing.
Yeah.
How was it different? Like from the piano and the music that you grew up around, was that maybe what caused you to be a fast learner?
I think it's also that and the fact that I kind of have a superpower. My mom always said ADHD was my superpower.
Yes, sir.
So just that in and of itself is just kind of like a blessing to me. And having that skill of just being able to learn those things, I'm just like, yeah, like ADHD, it makes my mind work faster, especially with music. I'm a very musically inclined person. So when there's music on, I can work out better, I can focus better, I can do more things. So when it comes to learning music, I'm more inclined to it. If that makes sense.
Yes, that makes sense. Absolutely.
It's just the way my brain works. I can't quite explain it. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I'm just a music nerd.
What about chess? What got you into chess?
My older brother.
Your older brother.
Ever since I was young, he was like, "Hey, let's play chess." I didn't want to do it. I would say until I was like 10.
Mm-hmm.
I despised the idea of chess until I was like 10 years old. And it's not because I wasn't like smart or I didn't want to play it. It was just like it looked boring.
Yeah.
Boy, was I wrong. This is probably one of the funnest games I've ever played because it's more than just a game. It's a glimpse into the person's mind that's sitting across from you. Like I can look at you and the way you play and be like, wow, okay, so they're a defensive minded person or they're a sacrificial type of person based on what pieces you're willing to give up for the ultimate goal, which is checkmate.
That's true.
Yeah.
Do you see any similarities between you learning chess and you music? You say that chess helps you discover the person in front of you. How about music? Does that help you understand the person's songs you're listening to?
Absolutely. Music as a whole is communication. When you look and listen to songs, they're not just lyrics. There are feelings and souls poured into those lyrics. And I'm going to give you an example. There's a musical. It's called Epic the Musical. It's by Jorge Rivera Erron. And it's when you listen to the music, you hear it, but you go deeper and you dive deeper into it. You can hear how much work and effort he put into every single layer of the song. It's like he weaved it together so perfectly to create a story that his audience can understand on so many different levels. That musical came out, I believe, in 2024, and people are still finding out new things about the song, new connections that he made
Crazy.
to other songs in the musical.
That's crazy. So he knows how to layer music. Do you like
Exactly.
that type of artist? The ones that can layer their songs?
Absolutely. That's the type of artist I want to be. I want to be able to convey a multi-layered message in a single song, like with not just the words I use, but the notes and how they're arranged. I want to be able to tell a story that people can resonate to and understand, something that'll help them diagnose their own feelings.
That's amazing. That is deep. Wow. What drove you to that conclusion that you're like, I want to be able to tell multiple stories through one story?
It's just I am a very complex and emotional person, and I'm still on the journey to understand that about myself. So in that journey, I decided that I wanted to find a way to express that, which led me to poetry. But at a certain point, I realized I love writing poetry.
Mhm.
Poetry has always been something that's a part of me because my mom was a writer. So my mom, my sister, my brother were all good writers. And then I realized when I started diving into music, I said, poetry is just rap without a beat. So add a beat onto it, and now you have a song that perfectly diagnoses the feelings you want to write. You layer the music the right way. Now you have a deeper message for your audience to understand and discover.
This is so crazy to me. This is like I've never heard anybody, and I mean anybody, talk about music the way you're talking about it. I feel like I'm learning something just by hearing you talk about music.
I'm glad I could show you that, because for me, music isn't just music. It's a language.
Yeah.
It's an entire conversation that you could have with people. And if you know how to word it, and if you know how to discover it and dive deep into it, you can create a whole new world of sounds never heard before, languages never discovered.
Wow.
All through the way you layer your music.
I feel like that's a clap worthy moment. That is amazing.
Thank you.
Yo, I'm sitting with Beethoven over here, I swear. That's incredible. That is incredible.
Beethoven is actually an amazing individual. Like when you think about what he's done.
Did not see that.
I had to sneak one in, you know?
You did, you had to.
It's just like, when you think about what he's done, he lost his hearing. And the amount of pieces he was still able to create, not knowing what it would sound like, but him knowing his knowledge of music. It's like he's quite literally playing by ear, but in his head.
Yeah.
It's like he's sitting in his head playing on the piano. Yep, I know how that sounds, but he can't hear it.
That's crazy.
So just imagine the amount of musical comprehension that man had to be able to be like, yeah, this is what this is going to sound like. This is how I have to do it. It's incredible just to think about.
That raises the question, if he was able to hear it, do you think those songs would have stayed the same, or do you think he would have micro-changed a lot?
Honestly, I think they might have been slightly different, but I don't think they would have been too different, because it's not like he couldn't hear it, because he knew the sounds he was making, but he had no way to confirm it, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Because he was deaf, but that doesn't mean he doesn't know the sounds music makes, because he wasn't always deaf.
Absolutely.
And just thinking about that, like, imagine you create music and you create fantastic music, and one day you can't hear your own music anymore.
That's insane.
Exactly. Like, you go from one day listening to the beautiful music you can create, and now you can't hear anything.
That sounds like, sorry to cut you off.
Are you good?
That sounds like a roadblock that was put on for him to test, well, are you still going to create music, or are you going to stop? What's the roadblock that you've experienced?
Roadblock I've experienced is definitely lack of resources, but that's never stopped me before. Like, let's say, like, I have a lack of things to sample. I could literally go around my house, pick up one of my rings, take that sound, pitch it down, sample it, and get the sound that I need to make. Or like, sometimes I hear like a car horn honking, and it's doing a repetitive motion.
That's so insane. Hey, okay.
Like, exactly. I create beats with anything. And like, if I'm on FaceTime with a friend and you sit on the phone with me for a certain amount of time, you're gonna hear me create at least some kind of beat with anything.
Yeah, eventually, exactly.
Even video game music. Sometimes I play the game. I play it on my PS4, and boom, the game music. I'm just like, hold on, wait, I can cook up with this. I can cook up with this. Now just start making a beat.
This is so amazing. It's like it's incredible. I feel like I'm saying with Beethoven right here. I really want you to like explain to me the fact that your ears are basically musically tuned. How do you hear the world?
I hear the world as sounds. Like obviously we all hear it as sounds,
Yeah.
but it's like I hear it as notes, tunes that I can like use to my advantage to create the message I want to explore. I remember when I first started learning piano, I heard a note. I'm like, wait, I know that note. And it reminded me of For Release.
Oh, get out of here.
And I learned how to play the first part of For Release entirely by ear, just by listening to it over and over again. I was like, oh, that note goes there, that note goes there. Like not the bass clef part, but the treble clef part.
Yeah.
The right hand. I learned how to play that all by myself. And well, not entirely by myself. I was listening to the song, but I didn't have the notes in front of me to know that what I was saying was right.
You're self-taught.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's just think like my mom was like, you have to use that. That's not a skill that is easily attainable. But for me, it comes natural. Like I don't know. It's just there. It's just something I use.
Your gift.
Exactly. It's a gift that God gave me, and I'm gonna use it however He allowed me to do.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I did not see that. That's the sniper you were talking about.
Exactly. Last time we played, I told you.
I got
You have
you.
to watch out for that sniper. There you go.
There he is. I had my own sniper. I'm not gonna get too cocky. Incredible. Other than your mom telling you that you had a gift, did you feel like you had a gift?
Absolutely. Although I feel like it's not as good of a gift as people make it out to be, because I'm not gonna say I'm perfect at making music or anything. I still hit writer's block sometimes. I still hit artist block where I don't know how to create the sound I want to create. But that's exactly why I'm here to learn, because I don't know how to make perfect harmonies quite yet. Like I can make them sometimes, but it's not a skill I can repeatedly do. It's not something I can do all the time. It's just something I'm like, oh, that note sounds good with this one, or this note sounds good with that one. It's not a skill I can do all the time. But what I can do is create something that my family and my friends can listen to, be like, dang, that's really good. And listening to the beats my friends make, I was in class the other day, we were all showing each other our beats. I was like, that is incredible. How do they come up with these ideas?
How?
Music, like listening to people create music, it's just a fascinating experience. And that's something I want to be able to listen to and do for the rest of my life. So I gotta crack my back.
Go ahead, crack him back. Take your time. Was it your move or my move?
Your move.
Okay, because I killed your guy last. Yes, sir. Said you experienced roadblocks, writer's blocks, roadblocks. Have you experienced a roadblock right now where you still haven't overcame yet?
Absolutely. I feel like that roadblock is just a lack of skill I have right now, which is what I'm here to learn at Full Sail. And I know I'm going to overcome that once my teachers start showing me how to do things or showing me the path. Because once I get that little bit, I'm going to take it so far.
Yes,
All I need is someone to show me that first introduction, and I'll be golden. Because my thing is, once I start learning the basics, I can experiment. And once I start experimenting, it's only so long before I create that one thing. And I'm just like, boom, this is it. This is what I wanted to create.
Beautiful.
You know?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It is fucking awesome. You talk with a lot of passion. You have so much passion in your music.
I love it. It's what I want to do. And when I was in high school, I did musical theater. We did theater shows like Oscar Cup, Year in Town. The years before I came, they did Once on This Island and Adam Family. This year at my old high school, they're doing Hades Town.
Wow.
And being a part of that and being in that group, in that community, it really that's the real reason I'm here. I feel like if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't be here doing musical production. not musical production, music production. Got a little confused.
Seems harder. No worries.
But it's just being in that environment, it ignited that passion in me because it's like we're all so passionate about being there, about that's what we want to do. And seeing that in those people, seeing that in all the people around me, my friends, my peers, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So I want to see that and feel that forever.
Amazing. Fucking amazing. Your move, Michael.
I think it's your move.
Okay.
Yeah, it's your move.
Yo. Yeah, Mike, I'm trying to understand how you play. Because like you said that you understand your opponent by watching them play.
Yeah.
What are you understanding off of me other than the fact that I'm just shooting in the dark?
I mean, it seems like you're a little new. How long have you been playing chess?
Technically, if we're being serious, I've just recently started playing it from my first interview.
Okay. Yeah.
Probably a month.
Okay. See, I can kind of tell because usually when people play chess, it's a progressional thing. It's not like, oh, I'm just gonna do this and see what happens. You have to think, oh, if I do this, what moves could he do after I do that?
Mm-hmm.
What attacks could that open up for me? Like, what could he attack because of that? Does that give me any weaknesses that he can exploit?
That's awesome. Okay, so now I gotta figure out your weaknesses. I remember you were telling me this. Yeah, and I still didn't study.
I mean, it's not something that comes this. Me being like this, like playing chess like this, is something that came after years. It's been 8 years that I'm learning to play chess.
Oh wow!
And I only started getting great after I played it repeatedly and lost repeatedly. Because after each loss, I said, okay, I know how to avoid that. I know how to learn from that.
Good. Yeah,
Exactly.
not me. I kind of just, do my thing and I hope they don't die. How are you feeling right now?
I am feeling fantastic.
Crazy jump.
It's a good day.
Yeah.
God woke me up this morning. I almost was late. But again, God cleared the way for me. I remember I was trying to cross the street. Cars were stopping. They were letting me pass. Usually that doesn't happen too often. So I'm like, yeah, that's the Lord. He's like, I know you're rushing. Let me make sure you get there on time.
Absolutely. I don't want you to rush either. So I had a class. That was a dumb move, but I commended. I had a class right next door. And we usually finished at 12:15. Today we finished at 12:20.
Okay.
I got a text message from the library saying that my booking for this got canceled. I'm like, oh, hell to the no.
Like, wait a minute.
I ran. And then they said you were good. I'm like, then why would it say that? Why would you put me in a panic? I was like, nah, not these. Was it my turn?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you killed them. I'm thinking.
Good thinking.
See, I stopped thinking. Yeah, I can't move that guy.
The real question is, who can't you move? Everyone.
How long have you been doing music?
I've been doing music, I would say probably for about a few years. I recently got back in touch with it junior year of high school, which is when I started doing the drum line, the musical theater. That reignited the spark in me that went away when I came to Florida because I didn't have anything musically tying me to it.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I've realized that that's what I want to do, I don't care if I don't have music. I'm going to find a way to make music. Because before it was just, at that young age, like middle school, I didn't know what I wanted to do. They started showing me how to play ukulele in like 6th grade.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is fun. This seems pretty fun. And it seems like something I could definitely get lost in. Looking back now, that was that first moment where it gave me a taste of it. Excluding obviously the moments where I was like playing my drums in as a child. But when I moved to Florida, that was the first moment since I came to Florida that I felt, yeah, this is it. But I didn't know what it was. Looking back, I know now, and I'm not gonna let anything stop me from making the music I want to make.
Yes, sir. You played multiple instruments: ukulele, piano, drums.
Yeah,
What instrument do you feel is more you lean more on while making music?
definitely the piano, especially because there's so much you can do with just those notes. And there's so many, especially when you have a keyboard, there's so many different presets, so many different instruments that you can play as just by knowing how to play the piano. I could turn on a hip hop drum set, but play it and style it using the piano. I could set up the notes playing it with the piano, but it sounds like a drum set.
I know exactly what you sound like.
Exactly.
Yeah, I never understood that. How does that help? And how does that help like a musician like you who make music while using the piano?
It's because it allows us to create music in a way that we understand. Learning the piano is one of the hardest things to do as a musician, especially at an old age. Like not old age, but most people learn piano before they reach the age of 6. They start playing it at a young age because that's when your mind is still ripe. When you learn it then, it becomes solidified in your routine.
Noted. My kids will play piano.
And it opens up so much because playing piano, it allows your mind to work on 2 things at once because you have to be able to read the music, play with this hand and play with that hand because this hand is playing different notes than this hand. Yeah, this is playing the bass notes and this is playing the higher treble note. That's why when you look on a music sheet, there's usually 2 lines and one of them has like a thing like this. That's the bass clef. And then the other one looks like an and sign.
Yeah.
That's the treble clef. Who was it? Mine or yours?
Don't remember.
I think it's yours.
I played the piano for a little bit before I came to Florida. I downloaded Simply Piano, that app.
Okay.
It taught me how to play the piano. It was pretty good. I had a lot of fun.
Check. I also downloaded the app. Check.
I want you to know that we are coming to the 25-minute mark. We're going to take a break.
And we can take a break.
We'll be right back. We're back.
Hey, y'all.
What was it? My turn or your turn?
I believe it was your turn.
Alrighty.
Wait, was it your turn?
And we're back. Just a reminder, he put me in check last, and I moved it up, and now I'm at a test. Now check. Now it's your turn.
Oh, what do you mean move the table?
What's up?
Which shall I do? Easy. Escape.
Yeah.
Simple escape.
I really can't move this guy. What's your end goal with music?
My end goal with music? Win Grammys.
Win Grammys?
Absolutely win Grammys.
Yes, sir.
Check.
Darn. Yeah. Oof. Okay, we're good. How many Grammys you hoping for?
How many Grammys am I hoping for?
Yeah.
Honestly, at least 6.
Oh, that's good.
That's checkmate. That might be checkmate.
Yeah. You want to go again? You want to play checkers? Okay.
Oh, we can go again. We can play checkers wherever you
It
want.
don't matter.
I'm good at checkers too. So
I got the bag right here. What color you got?
I got half of yours.
Yeah.
But why are you here at Full Sail? You asked me, but now I'm asking you.
Oh, why am I here for something?
Yeah.
Well, I was taking a shit one time and I applied. I'm a Full Sail because one time I met this one dude at QCC. You want brown again or do you want to go?
I'll go white.
Yes, sir. This was a school I was going to back in Worcester, Mass.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talented. He was able to play the piano and sing. And I thought he had a beautiful voice. And I thought his piano skills were amazing.
Okay.
So then I thought he should have a manager.
Mm-hmm.
And that thought of he should have a manager kept sticking with me. And I'm like, maybe I could be his manager.
Right.
So then, and I feel like going back to God setting everything up, I feel like that thought was probably put in from God because ever since I said that, kind of everything started lining up towards, not Full Sail per se, but towards the music career.
Okay.
I've been noticing that most of my life, I've always woke up with a tune in my head. Apparently that's not normal.
Yeah,
I kind of assumed everybody woke up with a tune in their head. I'm sorry you woken up with a tune in your head.
absolutely.
Yeah, see?
Sometimes I just wake up and I just have a random song stuck in my head or a random like set of notes stuck in my head and I have to find out where it's from.
Exactly.
Because it's like it's just there. I'm just like, I need that. I need
Yeah.
to know why.
And also that maybe music is calling, like music was calling both of us. And I'm like, all right. And then at the time I was lost. So I'm like, might as well just take a shot in the dark and see where this takes me.
Exactly.
So now I'm here, hoping to be manager.
Hey.
I also want to sing, but that's a whole different story.
Singing is so fun. Singing is a passion of mine.
You sing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did awesome.
There's a few videos on YouTube of the productions we did at when I was in musical theater, and obviously we were all singing, we're all dancing. It's just being in that environment. It's just blessed my soul.
Yes, sir. That's like that's what it is. When you're meant to be a singer, an artist, that environment gets the life in you.
Absolutely, because like being in that environment, just being blessed with that presence, that vocal presence, it's beautiful to have. And God blessed me with that. Although throughout my life, I was like, my sisters were like, oof, you can't sing, better stop. You can't sing, better stop. And I started to believe that. But in junior year, I saw the flyer for musical theater. I said, you know what? I'll try it. And we did the audition. I sung Grenade by Bruno Mars. A few weeks later, I got the email that I got in. I was like, and so it began.
I signed up to sing for the choir at elementary school. It was the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh.
I signed up 3 different times, and all 3 different times I never got an email back. I assumed it was never meant to be.
I have a friend, he was always doing musical theater. I mean, we always wanted to do musical theater, but it was never something that had got open to him because he would try and then it was like something would come in the way and it wouldn't pan out. And I kept telling him, if this is really what you want to do, then you have to give it to God and talk to him about it. Because if it keeps going wrong, then that means you might not be putting him in it enough to where he's like, let's make it happen. God needs to be glorified, and not because that's what he wants, because it's what he deserves. We don't deserve that salvation that he gave us with Jesus, like on the cross. We don't deserve that. But he loved the world so much, no matter how we wronged him. He allowed us to have that salvation. And he deserves the glory for that. And it's that simple. That's how I feel about life.
You seem like a very faithful man. Does your faith show up in the music?
Absolutely. The first song I want to make, I want it to be about God. I wanted to glorify him and his purpose for me and everyone around me.
It's beautiful.
I already have ideas for it. I'm just looking for a beat that I need to make to perfectly like compound it together and create that masterpiece.
What's stopping you?
What's stopping me? That is an excellent question. Lack of skill. Honestly, it's just lack of skill. And sometimes it's writer's block, but I write a few lyrics, I put them in my notes, or I put them on a sheet of paper, and I don't have any like solid beats to go with that music. So now I'm just like crap, you know? And I'm trying to wait and for Full Cell to bring that to me, which is why I'm here. I keep saying that, but it's why I'm here. I'm here to learn everything I can about making music, producing music, writing music, so I can make that music that glorifies the Lord, and allows me to express my feeling.
Patience is good. Patience is rewarding. The fact that you're waiting for the music to come instead of rushing it, that's not bad.
Rushing it won't do anything except throw me off, and it won't give me what I need. It'll create lackluster music. It'll create, because you can tell when the song is rushed. You can tell when anything is rushed. Like I don't know if any of you viewers have seen Stranger Things. I don't know if you've seen it.
No, I probably should, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good, but it's just like it felt rushed. All of it.
Hmm.
Not like all of it as in the whole show, but all of it as in the last part.
The last part fell us.
Yeah, it felt like they left too many things open.
So, as a viewer that never seen Stranger Things, what am I missing out on?
It's I'm honestly gonna tell you, it is a fantastic show,
Hmm.
but the ending isn't what you would expect it.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Did they lose their premise? Is that what happened?
pretty much. Yeah, it was just like a lot of things that they that should have happened didn't happen, and it just threw the whole fan base off. You know, it's like, whoa, like what happened to this person? What happened to that person? What happened to this storyline? What happened to that? Why'd you put this in the show if you weren't going to explore further? No, it's just like the
Oh,
thing that they left unexplored and undiscovered and unexplained.
yeah. It kind of just leaves everybody in a cliffhanger.
Exactly, which is why you don't rush things. Rushing things does nothing for you. Absolutely nothing.
I'm over here rushing the whole chessboard and talking about patience. uh,
Hey man, this is how checkers is supposed to be played.
right? It's kind of a rush game type style. Now, in checkers, I've always tried to explain the rules and I messed it up. Only the king can jump two pieces, right?
No, only the king can move backwards.
That's it. He can't jump two.
No, he can any piece can jump two pieces if there's an open space.
Huh.
So let's say I had a piece here and this piece was gone. You could go boom, boom, and now this piece will become a king.
Yeah, okay. But I
Yeah.
meant like back to back, like these two pieces.
No, the king can't jump two pieces.
Okay, all right. So I missed them. I missed.
Yeah, he can just
the
the king. What the king can do is once he turns over, he can start going back the other direction.
Yeah, I know that part. I know
Yeah.
that he can go backwards, but he can't. He can jump two pieces, like you said.
And he can jump multi-directional. See, like he can jump multi-directional because if there's a piece there and
Yeah,
he
he can
jumped
go-
it,
Yeah,
and then he could jump back and jump this one if it would open.
that's good to know. Yeah, that's the only part I was really 50-50 about with the jumping. I don't remember whose turn it was.
I think it was I think it was mine.
Okay, I moved that last.
Yeah, yeah.
So what's your goal now for music?
My goal now for music,
Yes, you seem to be waiting for the skills to come in. What's your goal now?
I just want to create. I just want to instill that foundation of creation in me now. So when I begin to fully create, I know the idea of what I want to do. I want to keep my ideas sharp. I want to write them down and jot them down. So when I have that ability, have those skills, have those tools to fully create, those ideas don't get lost in the wave of thoughts that I'm gonna
Beautiful,
have. Yeah.
amazing. Yeah. How do you deal with doubt?
How do I deal with doubt?
Yes, wave of thoughts. I'm assuming you mean doubt is one of those thoughts that is a wave.
Absolutely. Doubt, self-doubt especially is one of the toughest things I've had to deal with as a budding musician. Because it's like I hear my peer create music and I'm like, that's amazing that I ever create something like that. And it's not like I know I can't, but as of right now, I don't have the tools to do so. So it's like I doubt my ability to accurately produce or accurately create the things that I want to create because other people around me are so good at it and they haven't. But I don't know how much time they've had. This is me just starting off. I haven't had a lot of time with beat making software, things like that. Outside of middle school projects, which please, if someone ever finds my Soundtrap account from middle school, please delete it. I remember eighth grade, I logged back into Soundtrap and heard some of the beats, and I was like, I got 100 for that.
Hey, at least you got 100. That means you had something to teach us up.
Exactly.
See, that's not where I was planning. So that completely messed up my plan. Okay. Oh, actually,
There you go.
yes, sir. You said something there that was really interesting to me that I'm assuming as myself, many artists do overlook is the time people had under their belt. You said that some artists King baby, that's what I'm talking about. You said that you don't know how much time they had under their belt.
Yeah.
When did that realization come to you? You're like, hold on, maybe it's not skill, it's practice too.
Exact. It came to me when I was the day when I told you, me and my friends were listening to music, like they were listening to each other's music, and I was sitting there. I'm like, they have probably had so much more time to create and explore than I have because I am new to all of. Like I'm new, but not new. I'm new to creating music, but not the music itself.
Yeah.
So they've been making beats, making parts of songs, sampling, things like that, probably for years, or at least significantly longer than I have. So I can't compare myself to that before I actually have the tools to start.
Beautifully said. So the fact that you did have some music under your the fact that you did have some skills under your belt was what made you come to the conclusion.
King, baby.
I know, right? Karma, right? Thanks. The fact that you already knew music is what
Mhm.
made you come to the conclusion that they had more experience. How do you tell someone who's new to music that don't judge people just off of their first song, but think about they've also had experience under them?
For me, I like to use the idea of like think of a teacher. You're not gonna compare yourself to the teacher's level of knowledge because you're their student. You're a student. This is your starting point. You can't compare yourself at your starting point to someone else who's already halfway down the road, halfway through their journey.
I saw that when I moved my That was a beautiful metaphor. I like the way you put it. That was amazing.
Because that's something my mom told me and it helped me understand like, okay, this like not with music, but like just in general, because I was comparing myself to other people. Like you can't compare a journey that you don't know the backstory.
That's true. Your mom is a very wise person.
You're telling me like that woman has some wisdom in her, and I love it. I love being able to pick her brain about things and just know her stories. Like being able to know the stories that she has, the things that she's been through in her life, just experiencing that and learning from her, it's amazing. Having that infinite well of knowledge right next to me is beautiful.
How has having your mom's knowledge in your life affected your career?
Honestly, it has affected my career in a very good way, I would say, because it's like she's there, boom. I can go to her for whatever I need. She's so knowledgeable about so many different topics. I can go to her. I'm like, hey mom, I need some help with this. She'll give me the advice that she feels that I need. Now, I'm not gonna say she's perfect or she knows everything, but she knows me.
Yeah.
And she knows a lot of times what would help me, even if I don't know it or even if I'm reluctant to admit it. So just being around my mom and having her knowledge always, it's such a beautiful thing to have.
You have just a good connection with your mom. How does someone build a connection like that with their parents?
Honestly, having that connection with my mom isn't. There you go.
I just had to.
There you go. Said having that connection with my mom isn't something that it's not something that like was fostered per se. It's something that we had. Like I don't know what it is, but I always felt like I could trust my mom even when I felt like I couldn't, if that makes sense. Like there are certain things I know I can always go to her about. Even if there's other things that I'm like, yeah, this is not the conversation topic to bro. talk about with my mother. Like there are certain things I'd rather talk about with my father. Like
Yes.
condoms. Like I'm not talking about that with my mother.
Yeah, that's right. It's,
You know?
it's embarrassing. You know?
Exactly. Especially knowing that I lived with her my whole life. You've watched me grow up and go through every phase of life. And I'm gonna talk to you about
No, that just doesn't sound right.
No, not at all.
Not even a Siri.
Not at all.
Yeah.
But she always makes an effort to make sure I know. I can always go to her if I need to. And I'm like, while I appreciate that,
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll take it under consideration.
Yes. It was a good catch. That's copyright. That was a dumb sacrifice they did.
It's okay because goodness gracious, we just double massacred each other.
We did, right? This is fun. I didn't know.
I know. I haven't played checkers in so long.
Yeah. I don't think I was that decent.
You know, I forgot how fun this game can be.
Yo, right? Especially when you start taking pieces.
Exactly. Because it's like the first half of the game is just set up.
Yeah.
But then when that one piece when you get moving anywhere, you have to start taking.
Yeah, that's it, the challenge.
Yeah, man. Oh, well, we lost something.
Right here. As if we had wind,
Uh-huh.
but there's really no wind in here.
I just that happens to me sometimes when I'm like when I was doing my show. Sometimes the little puff part of the mic would come up. I'm like, where did it go? It like disappears. I'm like, where are you going?
Imagine.
Why are you running away?
Right? I need you.
Literally.
I need you.
I kind of need that for my performance, you know?
Yeah.
How am I gonna sing my song and read my lines if I don't have the mic?
We are approaching the end of our interview. Is there something you'd like to leave the audience with?
Don't let nobody stop you.
Mm.
I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care if you have a dream, accomplish it. Don't let nothing stand in your way. Not even your own family, because I have family that tell me music isn't for you. I don't care. If I feel like it's for me and I feel like God has placed me here, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pursue that with my whole heart. Because remember, not everyone in your life is sent from the Lord. Some people are sent as a distraction to distract you from your purpose. You gotta let God guide you. You gotta let God carry your life, because when he starts carrying your life, you're gonna notice who is and who is not for you. So follow your dreams and use God to follow them.
Beautifully said.
God bless you.
God bless you too. So guys, this has been Habibi Talks. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, when you're here, you're Habibi.